The internet is on fire again, and this time, Kevin Hart is right in the middle of it. All because of what he was allegedly caught saying off camera about Rasheeda's emotional breakdown. Fans are furious, social media is boiling over, and what started as a simple behind-the-scenes conversation has now turned into a full-blown scandal. Reports claim that Kevin was overheard making comments during a private break on set. Comments that some people say were insensitive, while others insist were taken completely out of context. Either way, the damage is done, and the footage that's now circulating online has left fans divided and shocked. According to The Buzz, Rasheeda's recent on-set breakdown, already one of the most talked about moments of the year, took a darker turn when people claimed Kevin reacted in a way that didn't sit right. The clip is grainy, the audio unclear, but the internet doesn't need perfect evidence to form an opinion. Theories are flying, celebrities are reacting, and even Cat Williams reportedly couldn't stay quiet after seeing it. And now everyone's asking the same question. What exactly did Kevin Hart say when he thought no one was listening? Buckle up, because this story is messier, louder, and more emotional than anyone could have predicted. The first whispers started quietly. A few blurry screenshots, a short audio clip, and a caption that simply read, "Kevin Hart caught talking about Rasheeda." Within hours, it was everywhere. The clip, allegedly filmed during a production break on a joint promo set featuring multiple reality stars and comedians, captured Kevin sitting in a chair, sipping from a bottle of water, and laughing with a few crew members. At first, nothing seemed wrong. Then, someone claimed they heard him say something about Rasheeda's breakdown, something that didn't sound supportive. The clip's audio was grainy, full of background chatter, but a few words stood out clearly enough to stir outrage. Fans slowed it down, enhanced the sound, and soon, interpretations began flooding the internet. He really said that about her? One fan posted, tagging Kevin's official page. "That's not even funny." Another wrote, "It's always the jokes that go too far when it's a woman crying." By morning, Yar Kevin Hart leak and Rasheeda started trending together. Dozens of reaction videos surfaced on YouTube, each one claiming to have decoded what Kevin said. Some claimed he was mocking the breakdown. Others insisted he was trying to lighten the mood with humor. Either way, the damage was already done. Rasheeda's emotional moment had taken place just days earlier during a long shoot for an upcoming season of a major reality show. It had been an intense day. Arguments, pressure, and a confrontation with Sierra that reportedly left Rasheeda in tears. Cameras caught it all. When the footage leaked online, fans were torn between sympathy and disbelief. Many called her strong for showing vulnerability, while others accused producers of pushing her too far for ratings. So when the new clip of Kevin surfaced, it reignited every raw feeling connected to that day. Blogs began releasing their own sources who claimed to have been on set. One insider told a gossip page, "Kevin wasn't being malicious. He was cracking jokes to ease tension. Everyone was stressed, and that's just his personality." But another anonymous voice painted a darker picture. "He thought the cameras were off," the insider said. The comment he made wasn't playful. It came across like he didn't respect what she was going through. Both statements spread like wildfire, and fans picked their sides instantly. By afternoon, news outlets picked up the story, turning it into a full-blown online spectacle. One major entertainment page posted a headline that read, "Kevin Hart under fire after Rasheeda's breakdown. Fans call for apology." Within minutes, thousands of comments flooded in. "You can't joke about someone's mental moment," one follower wrote. "He always hides behind comedy when he crosses lines," another replied. Meanwhile, Kevin's defenders jumped in too, saying, "Y'all too sensitive. The man was just talking." Others added, "Context matters. Stop twisting everything." As the digital chaos grew, one major twist caught everyone's attention. Cat Williams, who had already been trending earlier for his sharp takes on Hollywood personalities, suddenly posted a cryptic message on his story. "When they laugh at pain that ain't theirs, the universe laughs back louder." Fans instantly connected it to the situation. "Cat is calling out Kevin," someone tweeted. "He always throws shade, but he's never wrong." Soon, hashtags like Toru Katwa's right started trending again. pulling old clips of their past tension back into the conversation. Rasheeda, meanwhile, had stayed completely silent through it all, but her fans weren't. People began flooding her old posts with supportive comments. "You don't owe anyone an explanation," one wrote. "We saw the real you, and we're proud." Her last story from that day, which showed her sitting in a dressing room with swollen eyes, was reposted thousands of times. She hadn't even addressed the new clip, but her silence spoke louder than words. Backstage reports continued to pour in. One crew member told a blogger, "Kevin wasn't even supposed to be part of that segment. He was visiting a friend on set. Nobody expected him to stay that long." Another person said, "He was cracking jokes all day, but when Rasheeda broke down, the mood shifted. After that, everyone got tense." That mix of stories, half innocent, half incriminating, only added more confusion. Even other celebrities began chiming in. Tamar Braxton commented on a gossip post saying, "People need to know when to read the room." Cardi B liked a tweet that said, "Kevin always want to laugh through other people's pain." And Spice, from Love and Hip Hop, went live saying, "It's not funny when you see a woman hurting. We all break sometimes." Every voice that joined made the situation feel heavier, turning one leaked clip into a national talking point. Kevin's team, however, didn't issue a statement right away, and which only made fans angrier. "The silence says everything," someone tweeted. "He's probably waiting for it to blow over." A few comedy pages defended him, saying that Kevin always used humor to deal with tension, and that people were twisting a harmless moment into something it wasn't. But others weren't buying it. "If you're caught laughing about someone crying, you gotta explain yourself," a fan posted. By nightfall, an unverified version of the extended video began circulating. This one appeared to show more of the conversation, including Kevin saying, "Man, she too real for TV sometimes. That's why it breaks her." Fans immediately debated whether that was shade or sympathy. Some said it proved he wasn't mocking her. Others argued it sounded like sarcasm. "Tone matters," one user wrote, and he didn't sound supportive. The internet turned into a battlefield of opinions. Podcasts rushed to record emergency episodes dissecting the clip frame by frame. Some creators slowed down the footage, added captions, and even ran it through noise filters to make the words clearer. Still, nobody could agree on what Kevin actually meant. Rasheeda's friend reportedly told a blogger that she felt embarrassed but not angry, saying, "She's just tired. She's been under pressure for weeks, and now her name's being dragged into something she didn't start." That line, "something she didn't start," spread fast. Fans began calling for everyone to let her heal and stop making her pain entertainment. But Hollywood doesn't slow down for healing. The story was too big, too clickable. Entertainment shows teased exclusive footage and promised inside details that never really came. Every outlet wanted a piece of the headline, and in the middle of it all, Kevin was seen arriving at a comedy club in LA, smiling for cameras but saying nothing. Someone in the crowd yelled, "What about Rasheeda?" And for a brief second he stopped, looked up, and just shook his head before walking inside. That single motion, half tired, half frustrated, became a meme overnight. By the time the sun came up the next day, every social media feed was drowning in the same question. Did Kevin Hart really say something cruel about Rasheeda? Or was the internet twisting another moment for clicks? Nobody knew for sure. But one thing was clear. What should have been a private behind-the-scenes moment had become a viral storm. And it didn't seem like anyone involved could stop it now. As the story continued to spiral, the internet refused to slow down. It felt like every hour brought a new exclusive leak or inside voice note, and fans were now split into two loud, emotional camps. One defending Kevin Hart's reputation, the other demanding accountability. Gossip channels, talk shows, and even random influencers started treating the clip like a national scandal. It wasn't just a celebrity rumor anymore. It had become the latest symbol of Hollywood's messy relationship with empathy and image. By early morning, entertainment blogs were claiming that the leaked footage wasn't the full story. One post read, "A crew member confirms Kevin's comments were misunderstood. He was reacting to something else." Another page, however, contradicted it completely, saying, A second camera angle proves he was talking about Rasheeda. Every platform had its own version of events, and fans didn't know who to believe. The only thing everyone agreed on was that Rasheeda's breakdown was real, raw, and hard to watch, and that whatever Kevin said afterward had poured gasoline on an already emotional fire. In the middle of all this, a new recording began making rounds on Twitter. It wasn't visual, just audio. A muffled clip of Kevin talking with what sounded like another comedian. You could hear laughter in the background, followed by Kevin saying, "You know Rasheeda too passionate sometimes. That's why these shows get ratings." The laughter that followed was enough to send fans over the edge. So he's joking about her pain now? One tweet read, "This ain't funny, it's disrespect." The hashtag #GeorBoycottKevinHart started trending, while others jumped to his defense again. He didn't insult her. He said she was passionate, one fan argued. That's a compliment. But intent no longer mattered. Perception did. As outrage grew, even more celebrities began to comment. Tammy Rivera posted, "I don't like when people play with other people's emotions, especially women who've been through enough." Erica Mena added, "I know what it feels like to break down on set and have people joke about it later. It's not cool." The floodgates opened. Reality TV personalities, comedians, and producers all weighed in, some defending Kevin as just being himself, others accusing him of using humor to dodge accountability. It was chaos, and fans couldn't look away. Then, a major outlet published a headline that changed everything. Cat Williams calls out Kevin Hart again, this time for mocking pain. The article quoted Cat's podcast rant from the previous night. In his signature calm but cutting tone, Cat said, "Some folks think money makes them bigger than emotion, but when you laugh at someone else's moment of vulnerability, you just showed the world your own weakness." It wasn't a direct name drop, but everyone knew who he was referring to. Social media erupted. "Cat's not lying," one post said. "He's been calling this behavior out for years." Old clips resurfaced. Interviews where Cat had called Kevin Hollywood's safest comedian or accused him of being detached from reality. Suddenly, this wasn't just about Rasheeda anymore. It was about reputation, legacy, and authenticity. Kevin, still silent, was now being painted in two extreme lights, either as a villain who'd crossed an emotional line or as a man unfairly targeted by an internet mob hungry for drama. Meanwhile, fans began digging up old footage of Kevin consoling other celebs in past interviews, trying to argue he wasn't the cold-hearted figure the blogs were making him out to be. "He's always been empathetic," one user posted with clips of him comforting Tiffany Haddish during an emotional interview. "The internet just loves to twist things." Rasheeda's silence, however, was beginning to feel heavier. She hadn't liked or posted anything since the story broke, and every time she appeared in public, she seemed quiet, reserved. A close friend reportedly told an entertainment page, "She's hurt. She thought Kevin was cool with her. Seeing that clip made her question everything." Another insider added, "She's not mad, just disappointed. It's the betrayal that stings the most." That single quote, "the betrayal that stings the most," spread everywhere, copied into captions, turned into memes, even used in fan edits of Rasheeda's crying scene. By now, everyone wanted Kevin's side of the story. Gossip reporters camped outside his comedy shows, shouting questions about the clip as he walked to his car. He smiled, waved, and said nothing. That silence was interpreted 100 different ways. Some said it showed guilt, others said it showed wisdom. "He's letting it breathe before he speaks," one commentator suggested. "If he rushes to respond, he'll look defensive." Then, another shocking twist. A new version of the footage surfaced, apparently from a studio camera. This version had clearer audio. Kevin's voice could be heard saying, "I get it though, she's human. We all got moments. But cameras don't care about feelings." Fans froze. "Wait," someone wrote. "That actually sounds like compassion." The narrative began to wobble. Maybe he wasn't mocking her after all. Maybe the internet had twisted everything again. One tweet summed it up. "So we canceled Kevin for saying she's human? Y'all moved too fast. Still, for many, the emotional damage was done. Rasheeda's fans didn't care about context. They cared about loyalty. She was crying her heart out, one follower wrote. The least he could have done was defend her, not talk about ratings. Blogs started asking a new question. Was this really about Kevin's words? Or about how fame erases boundaries between humor and humanity? Podcasts debated whether comedians should ever joke about real-life breakdowns, especially when emotions are raw and public. One viral tweet read, "Comedians always say it's just jokes, until it's their moment being laughed at." As pressure mounted, Kevin's team finally released a brief statement to a major outlet. Kevin Hart has nothing but respect for Rasheeda. Any claim that he mocked her is completely false. Context matters, and online clips don't always tell the full story. The response was calm, almost rehearsed, but it reignited the debate. Too corporate, one fan complained. That doesn't sound like Kevin. Another said, at least he finally said something. Soon after, Rasheeda was spotted at a public event, her first since the drama began. Wearing sunglasses and a neutral expression, she avoided interviews but smiled politely for photos. When a reporter asked if she'd forgiven Kevin, she simply replied, "I'm focusing on peace." It was short, simple, and powerful. Within minutes, that line trended online. Rasheeda choosing peace while everyone else chooses chaos, one fan tweeted. That's real strength. Still, behind the curtain, industry insiders whispered that there was more to come. One producer claimed the network was reviewing footage from that day and might release the full behind-the-scenes cut to clear things up. Others believed the controversy had already done what the network wanted: boost viewership. One cynical fan posted, "Don't be surprised if this whole thing was planned for ratings. They know exactly what they're doing." As night fell, the energy online shifted once again. People were exhausted, confused, and unsure what to believe. But one thing was certain: whether intentional or not, Kevin Hart and Rasheeda had become the center of one of the biggest entertainment controversies of the year, and everyone was waiting to see what would happen when the cameras finally started rolling again. The following days felt like a never-ending storm. The internet had turned into a battlefield where everyone thought they knew the truth. Every influencer, gossip vlogger, and entertainment page was dissecting the clip as if it were evidence in a trial. Even people who had nothing to do with the industry suddenly had strong opinions. "Kevin owes her a public apology," one trending tweet read, while another said, "This whole thing is just overblown. Y'all acting like he committed a crime." No matter which side people were on, one thing was clear: the story wasn't dying down anytime soon. Behind the scenes, producers were scrambling. The show's ratings had skyrocketed after the incident, but the network was facing massive backlash for letting such personal footage leak in the first place. A production assistant anonymously told a blogger, "Everyone's pretending they don't know how the clip got out, but trust me, it was leaked on purpose. They knew what they were doing." The drama sells. That claim only deepened the conspiracy. Fans began accusing the network of using Rasheeda's breakdown for views and then allowing the Kevin controversy to grow because it kept everyone watching. "They're all playing chess with people's emotions," one fan wrote. Hollywood don't care who breaks down as long as it trends. Rasheeda, still silent, was now being painted as the emotional center of a reality show storm she didn't ask for. Blogs posted old clips of her being supportive to cast members in past seasons, labeling her the strong one who finally snapped. Others speculated that her emotional outburst was the result of long-standing pressure from filming and constant criticism online. "She's been carrying too much for too long," one fan commented. And when she finally let go, everyone turned it into a spectacle. Meanwhile, Kevin was caught in a media maze of his own. Paparazzi followed him everywhere, hoping to capture his next reaction. He smiled, posed, even joked with photographers. But whenever someone shouted Rasheeda's name, his expression shifted. One night after a show, as he was walking to his car, a fan yelled, "Say sorry to Rasheeda!" He stopped, looked over, and said, "Man, people love a story more than they love the truth." The video of that moment went viral, reigniting the fury. "So he's doubling down?" someone tweeted. "Not him playing victim." Others thought his statement was misunderstood. "He's right," one user replied. "People pick what they want to believe." Then came another blow. Cat Williams went live again. This time he didn't hold back. In his usual smooth but piercing tone, he said, "Hollywood loves to laugh until the wrong person's crying. When a man with everything can't show empathy, it shows what the fame really cost. It shows what the fame really cost. Him!" He never mentioned Kevin by name, but his timing was too perfect. The comments filled instantly. Cat talking about Kevin again. He always comes for him, but he's speaking facts. Fans began splicing Cat's old interviews with the new drama, creating a timeline of Kevin's pattern that fueled the narrative even more. Kevin's team reportedly grew worried about the damage. One insider said, "He's frustrated. He feels like people are twisting everything for clicks. He's ready to talk, but he wants to do it right." Plans for a sit-down interview started circulating, maybe with a friendly outlet like The Breakfast Club or Complex. Fans speculated it would drop soon. "If he goes on air, he better be careful," one blogger said. "One wrong sentence, and it's over." At the same time, something unexpected happened. Sierra, who had been part of the original on-set confrontation with Rasheeda, broke her silence. During a live stream with a fan page, she said, "I didn't like what happened, but Kevin wasn't the villain y'all making him out to be." He laughed. "Yeah, but it wasn't out of malice. Everybody was tense." Her defense shocked fans, especially since she and Rasheeda hadn't been on great terms after the meltdown. "Not Sierra defending Kevin instead of her friend," one tweet said. "This got way too messy." Another wrote, "Sierra probably trying to stay on Kevin's good side. Hollywood politics." Sierra's comments shifted the narrative again. Suddenly, people were wondering if the outrage had gone too far. One fan account posted, "If even Sierra's saying it wasn't that deep, maybe we all jumped the gun." Others weren't convinced. "Don't gaslight us now, we heard what he said," one person replied. Even with so many perspectives, nobody seemed to be finding closure. Rasheeda finally made her first indirect move. Late one night, she posted a simple message on her Instagram story, a plain black background with white text that read, "Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetfulness." She didn't tag anyone, didn't post again, didn't elaborate. But she didn't have to. Fans immediately connected the dots. "She's talking about Kevin," one said. This is her way of saying she heard it all. The story racked up millions of views in hours. Screenshots of it flooded Twitter and TikTok with influencers analyzing every word like it was a statement from the White House. Kevin saw it too. He didn't respond publicly, but the next day he was spotted wearing a hoodie that said, "Love wins." People debated if it was a coincidence or a message. "He's trying to say he's done fighting," one user wrote. "Nah, he's mocking her again," another insisted. Once again, interpretation became the real enemy. The network behind the reality show finally released a teaser for the upcoming episode that included snippets of Rasheeda's emotional breakdown. And yes, a blurred-out version of Kevin watching nearby. Fans were furious. "They really milking this for views," someone commented. "This ain't entertainment, it's exploitation." Others, however, couldn't look away. "I'm not supporting this mess, but I'm definitely watching," one fan wrote, capturing the guilty truth of reality television's appeal. Meanwhile, Cat Williams doubled down again, posting another cryptic message. "Truth don't trend, lies do." It was short, but it hit hard. Fans praised him for keeping it real, while Kevin's supporters accused Cat of using other people's drama to stay relevant. The feud between the two comedians had reignited completely, and now Rasheeda's breakdown had become the spark for something much bigger than anyone expected. As days went by, small details kept surfacing. Crew members saying the set was tense for days after the incident. Rumors that Rasheeda demanded certain footage be cut from the final edit. And reports that Kevin had personally reached out to her privately. None of it was confirmed, but every rumor added another layer to an already tangled web. Still, what stood out most wasn't the gossip or the noise. It was how the public had turned a human moment into an ongoing drama. One popular journalist summed it up perfectly in a viral post. Rasheeda cried. Kevin laughed. Kat spoke. And the internet turned pain into entertainment. Those words hit like a punch to the gut, because behind the arguments and hashtags, one undeniable truth remained. The story had stopped being about what Kevin said and started being about what everyone else wanted to hear. By the time the fourth week rolled around, the story had evolved into something far bigger than anyone anticipated. What began as a leaked clip had now turned into a cultural conversation about respect, empathy, and how quickly the internet turns pain into profit. Talk shows were debating it, radio hosts were dissecting it, and even late-night comedians were cracking subtle jokes about it. Every headline used the same few words: caught off camera, breakdown, fans furious, as if the world had forgotten these were real people, not characters in a never-ending reality show. Rasheeda finally appeared in public for the first time since her cryptic post. She attended a charity event in Atlanta, smiling softly for cameras, her composure calm and graceful. When reporters asked about the situation, she didn't dodge it. "I've heard a lot of things," she said gently. "Some true, some twisted. All I know is, I'm healing. I'm not angry, I'm just learning how to protect my peace." Her voice trembled slightly on the word peace, and that alone was enough to make the clip go viral. Fans flooded social media with support. "This is the definition of grace under pressure," one comment read. "She's showing strength without even trying." Kevin saw the clip, and later that evening, he finally addressed everything. Not through a statement or a podcast, but in his own quiet way. During one of his stand-up sets in Los Angeles, a fan shouted, "What about Rasheeda?" He paused mid-joke, lowered the mic, and said, "Sometimes people think comedians don't feel things, but trust me, we do. We just don't always know when to speak or stay silent. But I got nothing but love for her. Always have, always will." The crowd went silent for a moment, then erupted in applause. It wasn't dramatic or defensive. It was real. For the first time since the scandal began, it felt like both sides had exhaled at the same time. Cat Williams, never one to stay quiet for long, reacted subtly. He posted a photo of himself with the caption, "Truth said softly still hits hardest." Fans couldn't decide whether it was shade or approval, but it didn't matter anymore. The energy had shifted. The feud had burned itself out, leaving behind a strange calm. People started moving on, tired of the endless online bickering. Meanwhile, the network that had originally aired the footage tried to spin the situation as a lesson. They released a statement saying, "We stand by our talent and believe in transparency, but we also recognize that emotional moments should be handled with sensitivity." It sounded polished, almost rehearsed, but it was enough to quiet the backlash for a moment. Ironically, the upcoming episode featuring the breakdown became one of the highest rated in the show's history. Fans watched, reacted, cried, and debated all over again. But this time, it felt different. People weren't laughing or attacking, they were listening. Rasheeda's scene aired with a small disclaimer at the start, warning viewers of emotional content. When it played, there were no edits, no dramatic music, no flashy effects, just her sitting quietly, tears falling, explaining that sometimes strong women collapse too. The internet's reaction was overwhelming. Clips of her speaking about feeling like she had to be okay for everyone else spread across platforms. Even celebrities began sharing it, calling it one of the most powerful reality TV moments ever captured. Suddenly, the narrative had shifted. What started as gossip had turned into a conversation about vulnerability, womanhood, and emotional burnout. Kevin's fans flooded the comments under the aired episode, quoting his stand-up words, "We just don't always know when to speak or stay silent." It was like the entire internet collectively decided to move from blame to reflection. Even Kat, during a podcast appearance a few days later, surprised everyone by saying, "Maybe that moment taught all of us something. I don't hate Kevin. I just want him, and everyone in his position, to remember where we came from. We're supposed to protect our people, not laugh at them." That unexpected moment of humility made headlines of its own. In a world where every scandal usually ends with more division, this one felt strangely healing. Rasheeda began posting again, lighthearted videos, behind-the-scenes clips, and motivational quotes. Her followers noticed she looked freer, lighter. "She's glowing again," someone commented. "This is the comeback we wanted." Kevin, too, continued to work, but more grounded. He stopped responding to online chatter altogether, focusing instead on new projects and family time. Then, just when everyone thought the chapter was closed, Rasheeda posted one final message on Instagram, a photo of a cloudy sky breaking into sunlight with the caption, "It's all love. Always has been." Kevin liked the post quietly without commenting. Fans noticed instantly. Screenshots flooded the internet, and for once, the reactions weren't angry or messy. They were warm. "They both grew from this," one person wrote. "Real maturity looks like this," another added. And in that quiet moment, the noise finally died down. No dramatic statements, no more debates. Just two people who had been caught in the storm, finding a way back to grace. Even Kat reposted the picture later that night with a simple line, "Sometimes the punchline is peace. It was over." Not with an apology tour, not with a press conference, but with silence, growth, and understanding. The kind of ending Hollywood rarely gives but everyone secretly hopes for. And just like that, what began as another viral controversy ended up reminding the world of something simple yet powerful. Words travel fast, but forgiveness travels further. And now, after everything, the leaks, the backlash, the silence, and the emotional fallout, one question still lingers across the internet. Did Kevin Hart truly cross a line? Or was he just another victim of a story blown out of proportion? Fans can't stop debating it. Some believe his comments showed the hidden coldness of Hollywood, while others say it was just an innocent moment twisted for clicks. But what's undeniable is how deeply this moment exposed the pressure, pain, and public scrutiny that comes with fame. Even the strongest personalities, the ones who always make others laugh, have moments when their own words come back to test them. And Rasheeda's quiet strength through it all has changed the narrative entirely. She didn't lash out. She didn't seek revenge. She stood still and let the truth speak for itself. In an industry built on noise, her silence became the loudest statement of all. And as for Kevin, love him or hate him, his small gestures, the stand-up comment, the quiet like, the humility, might just prove that sometimes growth doesn't come from defending yourself, but from listening. But we want to hear from you. What do you think really happened behind the scenes? Was Kevin misunderstood? Or did fans have every right to call him out? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and tell us whose side you're on. Hit that like button if you've been following every shocking turn in this story. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates as Hollywood's biggest names continue to clash, heal, and surprise us in ways no one ever sees coming. Because if there's one thing this drama proved, in this industry, nothing stays hidden for long.